Ready?
Am I in it?
Yeah. What is up? Welcome back to another video. It's a rest day for me. I have no energy. I had no idea what I was gonna film this week. So I figured, why not do a little Q&A? So yesterday I asked my Instagram to send me questions, any questions, all questions, and I was gonna answer them on here. And we got a lot of random, like I'll show you. We have a lot of like personal questions, and then we also have a lot of informative questions. Yeah, I'm just gonna go through randomly. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce people's names because I just feel like that would not be that easy. But with that being said, we are currently, I'll get this one out of the way. We are currently 8 weeks out today, Saturday, April 13th, 2 weeks out from our first show of the season. I know I've got this in here somewhere, but how much do I weigh? 196.2. That's what I woke up as. I posed this morning and then showered, and for some reason I was 197.4. So not really sure what that was from, but that is what we were. So anywho, what's the current physique looking like? I know I got that one too, and then I promise I'll get into the questions more formatively, but I'll throw this up right here. This is the physique fasted 196.2 or 197.4, whatever you want to call it. But anywho, let's get started. So
Am I in it or not?
yeah.
Am I in it like this?
Yeah, but halfway, so I'll just sit back.
Okay.
All right, so first things first, starting at the bottom, what camera do you use? So I use a Sony a7S III, and then right now I'm filming on a Sigma 24-70 lens. That's what I use for YouTube, and a lot of content, and I also have an 85mm 1.4 that I got from Santa Claus, so that is what we are currently using. All right, tips before starting a prep. Man, I would just make sure, this is my personal experience, I would make sure that you are ready, first of all, financially and mentally, and you have a good network of people around you to be able to push you through and to get you through those times that are hard. And then obviously financially, because it is an expensive sport and all the expenses come at one time. So make sure that you're ready financially, mentally, and socially, I guess you could say. Those would be my big top three. How do you deal with hunger on prep? So I don't. What I try to do is I'll push my meals off. I'll push my breakfast off as late as I can. Not really as late as I can, but I like to eat around 9:30, and I usually get up around 6:30, 7. So I'll go do fasted cardio. I'll come back, have a cup of coffee, drink my greens, and then I'll eat my breakfast. So I get a little bit later start in the day to food. That way I can eat a little bit later into the day, or eat them a little bit closer later into the day, because once I eat that first meal, I get really, really hungry after that. But as far as how I deal with hunger, that, and then a lot of flavored water, diet sodas, shredded lettuce in your meals because it's no calories, and ices. I've been making a lot of ices lately. All right, what regrets do you have? I don't know. What do you think a regret of mine is?
Like fitness or like
Anything.
not meeting me sooner.
Not meeting Tori sooner. Probably college. That's the only thing I can think of that's like legitimately regretful. I could say I wish I would have bulked better, harder, stronger, longer, whatever. But a really big regret I have is college, because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I now pay for college. I'm in debt with college. I didn't really have much guidance through it. I have a degree in health and community wellness, which I have no idea what that is. I don't regret going to college. I just regret going to college not knowing what I wanted to do. That's good, yeah?
That's true.
What is the biggest motivation for when times get rough during prep? I'm not a big guy for motivation. I know if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen me talk about like motivation comes and goes in waves. And I think the best thing you can do is just figure out your why. And how to do that is you ask like why you're doing this. And then you'll answer that question. And then you ask why to that answer, and you just continue that till you find the root. And that could be like you could have many different whys, and you just keep asking yourself that. So yeah, I would say the biggest motivation for me is just like, I don't want to be who I used to be, and like, I remember that guy. I remember the guy who used to get bullied for being fat, obese, like never swam in the pool at the pool parties, all that type of stuff. I don't not necessarily want to be that guy, but I want to make him proud. Like I want to make him proud of like who he has become. So I'd have to say like, that's my biggest motivation. And then like my family, and I want to be, better for her and more. Yeah, that's basically it. Are you staying in Arizona? You want to answer that?
Until October, yes. Are we thinking about somewhere else? Yes.
Yes.
But nothing is in the works at all. We just know that come October, we're probably gonna find somewhere else to go. Nothing against Arizona. We're just really far away from home. And personally, that's a little bit harder than I thought it was gonna be. But we love Arizona. We're so glad we came out here in a year. I mean, we've only been here 5 months, 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been amazing. I think a year, we got it, I don't want to say got it out of our system. But we just wanted to explore and see something else. And we knew that it wasn't going to be forever. And it just ended up being shorter than we thought it was going to be.
Still love it. It's time for the next adventure. Anyway.
Not telling you where we're going though.
Not telling you where. Are you still with rule 1? I don't know why I was waiting on you to answer that. No, I don't know. They sent us an email. They sent me an email and a lot of other people that asked, and basically took us off salary and dropped our commission. And I'm not a big fan of supplement brands. I love Rule 1. Rule 1 has great products. I've enjoyed, every single bit of time that I've had with them, but it's really hard to push supplements, and I'm not a big fan of pushing supplements, and commission's really hard to make. And so when you drop my commission and take away my salary, it just kind of stunk. Yeah, I'm not with Rule 1 anymore. I'm looking for a new one, and we'll see where that goes, this prep. But for now, I'm solo. I've talked to 2 companies so far, but for right now, I'm supplement codeless. I think you can still use code Cody at Rule 1. I really don't know if I've been terminated or not. I think I have to the end of this month to buy something or re-up my order. But I don't know. Okay, how can I lose weight and retain muscle? So that's kind of a tricky question. I would say the best thing you can do is when you're in a deficit, don't be in a deficit for too long, because sooner or later your muscle will start deteriorating. And with that being said, keep proteins high. Obviously proteins are the building blocks for muscles and yada, yada, yada. So you want to keep protein high and never sacrifice protein for fats and carbs. Never do that, right? In a cut, and when you're taking food away, always keep protein where you want it, and then take away fats and carbs, and never from protein. Now there's a time where you can. For me, example, being in prep, when I get down to a really low number, there's not a point for me to have higher proteins. I'm not building. I'm in a huge deficit, and I would rather take away that and have good training sessions with carbs, or stay fuller longer with fats, or vice versa, than to have high proteins, have terrible workouts, and kind of bank on building that muscle when that's not happening at all. How do I know how many calories to eat? So what I do is I take my weight. So I'll take 196 times 15. I do your weight times 15. There's a longer algorithm to do that, but it's longer, and 15 kind of just does it perfectly. So not perfectly, but it gives you a number right off the bat, and that's where your maintenance is, give or take, right? So what I would do is take your weight, multiply it by 15. That will find your quote unquote maintenance, right? Eat that for 2 weeks, because you want to see how your body adjusts and adapts to foods. Keep the foods the same if you can, and see how your body changes over those 2 weeks, and then adjust accordingly. So if you're trying to lose weight, you can take some. If you're trying to gain weight, you can add some. And then same thing with cardio, take or add, depending on what it is. Now, with that being said, you want to start with your calories high and your cardio low, because then you have places to go upwards or downwards. When you start cardio really high and you start calories really low, and you're trying to cut per se, the only place you have to go is lower food and higher cardio, because your body will try to maintain homeostasis, right? So your body just wants to be alive. It doesn't know what you're doing. So sooner or later it's going to get used to that many calories. Sooner or later it's going to get used to that much cardio. So you want to be able to have big, areas to go up or down in both, for when your body, starts to plateau. I feel like I'm just talking. Yeah, that makes sense. How do you get those quad sweeps? That is so kind that you think I have quad sweeps. But Smith machine squats, heavy, knee over toe, everything. We've talked about this on the channel, and volume. I think those are the top 3. Smith machine squats are goated. Lunges are goated. Knee over toe is goated for quads. Always do knee over toe. That's literally all I do. Did you a video for the Iron Will event in San Diego? I don't know what that says, but I did record a video for the San Diego event, for the Iron Will, but my mic was turned off, and not turned off, it was dead, and so all the footage was mute. Okay, this guy asked 2 questions, and they're the answer. So he said, you shave your legs and arms? Yes, I do. Shave my whole body, but for the most part, I always keep my legs shaved, always keep my arms shaved, always keep my pits shaved. I don't like hairy pits, 1. But arms and legs is for vascularity, which was his other question. What tips for increasing leg vascularity? If you shave your legs, it makes you can start to see your vascularity more. Other than that, just grow them and lose a little bit of weight so that your vascularity pops. What is your why component? So this kind of goes back to the other question of motivation. I just want to be better than I was in the past. I want to lead by example. You know, one day I want a family and I want to be the best husband that I can be. And I want to be the best father that I can be. And I know that what I'm doing doesn't really pertain to that, but the mentality and all that, I guess, I don't know. It's applicable to a lot of things in life. I just want to be the best that I can be for the people in my life. Lead by example. I want to be the superhero of a father. I want to be the guy or the dad whose daughter's boyfriend's super scared of. Like, I want that. It's kind of an odd why, but mainly I just don't want to be the person that I was in the past. Do you like hugs? No. I do. Not right now. Who inspires you the most? Man, I don't know. Probably my mom. She's a fine woman. Very nice. What would you say to someone who struggles with their relationship with food? Me too, brother. So I've been bodybuilding for I think 5 years now. I've been bodybuilding for like 5 years, and I had a terrible relationship with food in the beginning. Well, for a very, very long time. I think this past bulk was the first time that I've had a better relationship with food. So what I would say is don't stress yourself out. In my experience, I missed out on a lot of opportunities and a lot of experiences because I didn't want to be away from my food, and I didn't want to be in a situation where I didn't have my food. So you got to understand that food is your friend. Like, food is your friend. Food is everything that you need to get where you need to go. Think of bodybuilding, you think of fitness, you think of everything, you think of the gym, but the gym is really 20% of it and food is everything, which again is a double-edged sword. 1 meal's not gonna kill you. 2 meals isn't gonna kill you. One thing that I kind of did mentally was like teach myself that I earned it, right? Especially during a bulk and I was given free meals, I would earn it throughout the week, you know, and monitor it. And if things got out of hand, then I would cut back on them. But I think the number one thing would just be realize that food is your friend, because it is. And to be scared of it it's a bad thing when you start to, you know, only think about numbers in a scale. And I still do that, and it's really hard for me not to do that. But at the end of the day, I can go on vacation and I can sort of relax. So yeah, food is your friend. How do you deal with post-cycle depression and lows? I think that's very personal. Not personal, but it varies person to person. But as far as like post-show depression and lows, I don't know. Nail your reverse diet. That's number one. Because if you nail your reverse, you'll look better than you did show day, most likely. Not really, but you'll be a lot more vascular, a lot more fuller. And you'll slowly creep out of that really, really lean show look. And I think that's the best way to do it, because you don't wake up one day and you're huge, right? And you're bloated and you're fat. It's a slow progression of weight gain over you know, a long period of time. And then one day you wake up and you're not as lean as you used to be, but you didn't notice it happen overnight. And I think that's the best way to handle like post-show depression is, which I know was not the question, but I think it's a better question to answer. You can't live like that all year at all. It's not obtainable all year. You can look very close to that. And if I were you and you have struggle with like body image, get to a weight where you like and stay there for a little bit until you're mentally ready and prepared to transition yourself into that bulk that's gonna be, you know, not where we were on stage. So are you in college or did you attend one? I am not in college. I think I graduated like a year and a half ago, 2 years. I don't know. I went to West Georgia. It's a small like D2 school at my hometown. It's where I met Tori. Is your coaching expensive? I'm curious about it. I don't think it's expensive. I think it's fair. Yeah, that's it. I'm not really going to talk about prices because that's not a good salesman. We do that in person or on a call. But yeah, I don't think it's expensive. I don't have the biggest roster right now, so a lot of clients always get like 110% of my attention, which I think is a good thing and a very good thing if you're, you know, looking to be coached. Any tips on staying motivated and committed while lifting in college? Man, so I did a lot of my partying and drinking in high school. Sadly, don't do that. And when I got to college, as soon as literally the year I graduated, I was obese and I decided to change. So when I went to college, I didn't really pick up the habits that a lot of people do in college. But moderation, you know, I think you, again, find your why and find out why you're doing this, and that'll kind of deter you from doing some things in college that other people do. But you can do those things. Just do them in moderation, know your limits, and just keep working, you know. College is a fun time. You need to experience college, and I would experience it to the fullest, but some people overdo it. So just, moderate what you do, keep consistent in the gym, eat good, find low cost meals. I know college is like an expensive time for a lot of people, so there's a lot of ways to make low cost meals. Stick to whole foods, cook all your food, eat a lot of the same foods so you don't have to buy a lot of different recipes like Tori does. Yeah. Favorite thing about Tori Trimble?
Who asked that?
Courtney.
Aww. I want to hear this.
Yeah, there's a lot, I think with me being in prep right now, a huge thing that I'm thankful for, it's not, favorite thing, whatever. She's super supportive, right? There's times where she'll come home from work and the most she'll get is like 3 words and a hug because I have no energy. And there's multiple times like throughout the day or throughout the weekend or whatever where I'll be like, I'm so sorry, I feel so bad. And she's super supportive. And I remember talking post-show last year about it because I was the same way. I was just very dead, and she understood. And bodybuilding is a very hard thing to understand. And as, not a woman, but as a woman in a relationship with a bodybuilder, as a person in general in a relationship with someone who competes, they didn't sign up for this. No matter what, like, oh, you signed up for it when you started. Yes, she knew who I was before then, but then again, like, she's not doing the show. Right? She didn't sign up for, me not to be able to eat and go on dates. She didn't sign up for herself to eat chicken and rice while I eat chicken and rice. But I just try not to let it affect our relationship as much as it does. Like I still try to do, dates within reason. That was a super random thought. I think just the way that she supports me, like unconditionally, it's really cool. Just to have like that person, like if I need a meal cook, she's got it. If I need, ice from the store because I need more slushy, she's got it. Like she's very, very supportive and it's almost to a fault. Like I don't even have to ask her. And I take that for granted a lot of times. So thank you.
You're welcome.
What is your job? How old are you? So I'm currently 23. I have no job. I online coach, I do social media, and I'm starting life insurance because why not? Yeah, that is my job. That is my life. And I'm 23. Speaking of 23, I turned 24 in August. She turns 25 next week. No, this week. No, next week. Friday. Next week. Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on 75 hard? I think 75 hard is awesome. Never done it, but I think it's really good for people who don't have a routine. It literally writes you out a routine and how to do it. I think it is pretty hard to do, which makes it 75 hard. Not hard to do in a sense of hard to do, but 2 workouts a day, 1 being outside. I hate working out outside. I don't even know how to do that. I think that's a little odd, but I think the base principle of it, giving people a structured routine to follow for just 75 days is a beautiful thing because you would be so surprised how beneficial it is if you just locked in for 2 months, which is, 60 days. It's awesome. But seeing people get on this wave of like 75 hard, and then it opening their eyes to like, wow, this is super obtainable. And I've been missing out for so long. All I had to do was hop on a trend of doing this, and now here we are. So I think that's really cool. That's basically all the questions. A lot of other questions were like, how many times do you wipe when you poop? So yeah, I don't know. It depends on the day. Lately, not many because I don't poop much anymore. But wait, nobody asked this. I didn't tell you in the beginning, but macros. I was gonna give you a rundown on how prep's going, where we're at. We are doing 40 minutes of cardio, fasted or not, every day. So we have 40 minutes of cardio every day, 7 times a week. Dookie. But that is what cardio is at. Our training split is push, back, quads, rest, arms, posterior, rest. That's our split. Macros are 220 grams of carbs, 33 grams of fat, and 245 grams of protein for a total of 2,081 calories. So very, very, very hungry. But yeah, that's where we're at and we're feeling good. Not really. That is where the calories are at. Our plan is to have a really hard cut or really hard push right now, really hard deficit push right now, and then hopefully be at a spot to grow going into the show, or not grow, but feed up going into the show. And I just got a text from him today. I'm resting and we're gonna add 300 grams of rice to my meals. Not all of them, but 300 grams of rice throughout the day. So that's super duper exciting. And also 5 grams of avocado oil and no cardio today. So a very, very good day for me. I'm very excited about that. And yeah. Second thing, no one asked this and I'm gonna go tell you anyways. We've gone through this before, but I'm gonna give you an update. So bedtime ritual. I haven't been sleeping good. We have soothing caramel bedtime tea. We've been taking this or drinking this at night, along with magnesium, high absorption magnesium, sleep support, bone and muscle health, mainly for the sleep. And then Also at nighttime, we take ashwagandha. That's kind of like my nighttime ritual. I would go over everything in this, but it's gonna take forever. And I've already done that before. And no one asked it, so I'm not gonna tell you. If you wanna know, let me know and I'll tell you. But yeah, that's the nighttime ritual to help me fall asleep. I have not been sleeping well, like I said. So this like really calms me down because in prep, you're on go mode all the time. And with prep and content and then just the next day on my mind doesn't turn off. So an hour before I go to bed, I turn my phone off. I don't get on my phone, I drink this and I just lay there, and it really does help, to be honest, or it might not, but I think it does. I still wake up later in the night and pee like 7 times, but I get a good 3-4 hours of no wake up, so that's very good. Anyways, back to the regular schedule program. I had to mention that because no one asked it, and I feel like I should inform you guys, so enjoy. That's a wrap on the Q&A. I hope you like it. I hope this was good. I mean, I was about to say, I feel like I just sat here the whole time and talked, but that's exactly what I did. So kind of a boring video this week. I'm sorry about that, but trying something new, trying to swap up the content. If you have any recommendations on what you guys want to see more of, please let me know and I will make sure to do that. Other than that, guys, it's been real. Thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Why did you pay me for food? Oh, Tim paid me $100.
Who?
I don't know who Tim is. Thanks, Tim. Food support. Thanks, Tim.